Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. It'll probably still result in self-embarrassment. So if that's why you're here, don't you fret. Today, actually, I got my very first BoxyCharm. I've heard good things, never did it before. Thought for a couple months about subscribing to it. The only subscription box I've ever done was Birchbox, and I canceled that about a year ago. But my friend Leah texted me and said they were running a promotion for October. So BoxyCharm is typically $25 for the box for the month. It was $21, and you got a free Tarte palette with it. It's either the face like contour palette or it's a blush palette. Fingers crossed for the face contour palette because I'd rather hide my extra chins than highlight my cheeks. But either way, it's a cool free product. So I signed up last week, did the beauty quiz, and my box arrived today. The anticipation is killing me because it's been here for a couple hours and I had things to do. And I've just been sitting here for 10 minutes waiting for my dryer to get off, or my washer to get off of spin cycle because it was loud. Still have to use the microphone because my phone's broken, so we got to deal with that. But I'm going to open the box, and I have all my other makeup out on the table, so I'm going to see what's in the box. I'm going to use everything in the box to build a look for today. Hopefully it's not like streetwalker wear because I do have to go to work. Nothing, I work for tips. It's, they'll just think rent's due. It's fine. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and open it, see what's in here, see what I have to fill in with my makeup, regular makeup routine, and otherwise I'm going to use the new products. So what the box looks like, mine is soaking wet because it's raining today. So that's cool. So hopefully nothing's ruined, and then I let it sit here for hours. So let's see what's inside. Okay, that's all wet. Oh, good. There's like protection stuff. So, and I have no makeup on, which is obviously why I look like a mountain troll. The only thing I put on was moisturizer. Yeah. All right. So we have Mellow Tinted Brow Gel, Glam Glow Gentle Bubble Daily Conditioning Cleanser, which is not makeup, so I'm not going to get to use, but I'll try that at some point, I guess. Glassy Skin Balm, Touch in Soul, S-O-L, Soul, I don't know, is the brand. So I'll see what that's about. Normally I use hyaluronic acid after my regular moisturizer, so if this is something that can kind of be used in place of that, then that's what I'll use today. Okay, so for my free gift, I did get the Tarte Face Shaping Palette. So this is the palette that I wanted. It is not the blush. That's pretty exciting. Everything in here is wet. Everything in here is damp from sitting out in the rain, I guess. Let's see. Okay, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this correctly. It is Jante Bleu. I don't know. I'm sure I butchered that. Red lip liner. That I'm cool with. Anybody who knows me, I like a good red. So that I can work with. And then I got Iconic London Plumping Lip Gloss. Well, this is going to be interesting because I got like a nude lip gloss and a red liner. So maybe I'll do like an ombre look and use this like as a topper or in the center. Gonna be honest, kind of disappointed I didn't get anything other than brow gel for an eye look. Kind of was hoping for some kind of eye palette. So yeah, the eye look other than the brow gel, I'm completely on my own. So I'll do all of that off camera. But yeah, I'm going to get my base look on and I will record trying the new products. Okay, so first things first, I did read with this Glassy, they're recommending to use it as the last step of your skincare routine, and it's supposed to give dewy and glowing skin. It is from a Korean beauty company, which, Korea is known for its skincare, so not disappointed about that. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this, and before I get into my primer, foundation, and all of that, and move on to the next step. So let's see here. gonna take it off the lid, I guess. Wow, super shiny. Obviously, this is before foundation and setting powder and all of the things I use to not look like I just, well, it's not like it's going to look like I just ran a marathon or anything, because let's face it, it's me, but, you know, to not look like I just rolled my face in grease, I guess. So there we go. I'm going to let that sit on my skin for a couple minutes and absorb in. I'll let you know too, just kind of where I'm at with my current makeup routine. I have totally, hi cat. Oh, I pet him with my sticky hand. I have switched over to a much more drugstore based routine. I have found some products that are hella cheap and work way better than my expensive shit. So what I'm going to apply, I'm going to do it off camera just so that you know what I'm using. For primer, I've been using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. It's like $8. Love this stuff. And then Wet n Wild Photo Focus, the Rose. I spray a little bit of that on after my primer and before foundation, so I'll use that. I use it for a setting spray too. The coconut one's really good too. It just depends on which one I find at the store. There's a theme here. Wet n Wild has been that bitch totally for me lately. Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation and concealer. So I will apply all of that, and then I will be back with the Tarte face palette, which I'm super stoked about. So this is like honestly why I even ordered this. I'm super excited. Okay, I'm back. And now that I don't look like a glazed donut, first impressions of the Glassy. It is tacky on your skin, which I don't mind. Anything that you're going to use in like a priming step of your makeup routine, I like it to be tacky. Feel like it grips your makeup, all that sort of stuff. I'm more like a matte finish because I'm already greasy, shiny, oily kind of skin. So far, it seems like it's not really poking through, but I would like to see how it wears throughout the day. I'm not against a dewy look as long as it doesn't translate as like shiny, greasy, whatever. So we'll see how that wears, but my makeup went on really smooth, I have to say. I did like the texture it gave my skin. The only thing I put on that I hadn't mentioned I was going to use was Wet n Wild, go figure, Photo Focus translucent powder that I used to set my foundation and concealer. So I owe Boxy an apology. I was saying how I was disappointed that I didn't get any eye products. I didn't realize that the Tarte Face Shape Palette is also recommended for eyeshadow looks and for brows. So I typically use a gel or pencil for my brows, but in the spirit of trying new things and giving these things a fair shot, I'm going to do not only my contour, but I'm going to do my eyeshadow look and my brows just using this palette, nothing else. And I decided I am not going to use the red lip liner today just because I'm going to work and I don't typically wear red lipstick to work. So I just feel like that's a little bit too much for work, but I did want to swatch it and just kind of see how it goes on, and I will use it in a future look because again, I do wear a lot of reds, but I mean, just a lip liner. I'm not super into lip liner, but I'll definitely play around with it, but it goes on nicely, smoothly, seems pretty pigmented. So we'll see. I'll definitely play around with that and keep you posted. And I will never, ever, ever be able to pronounce it, but it is in the shade Hot Red. So that's all I'm going to do with that today. All right, so I'm going to get started on the eye look, starting with brows. Okay. And again, I have said in the past, I don't necessarily recommend listening to me when it comes to eyebrows. They're just not my strongest thing. I've been getting better. I've been getting a lot better, but I've been getting a lot better with like the pencils and stuff. So let's see what this turns out. Okay. And I do love that this palette has a huge mirror. Whoop, dropped something. Palette has a big mirror, which is super great. So I'm just going to use that. And, excuse me, cat. Yeah. So I'm nervous, obviously. Let's just see what happens. There is a little, in the little pamphlet that came with it, suggestions on what colors to use for what look and whatever, but I'm not about that life. We're just going to wing it and make it up as we go. I'm sorry that this is like shining into the camera. Also, I've never used Tarte other than, I've used their concealer before, but I've never used any other palettes, any other products, so I'm pretty unbiased in this. I hear that they're good. I've heard all these good things, but it's not a brand that I've dabbled in a lot. So, all right, so I'm just going to spoolie and shape my brows first. And then I'll just use the powder to fill in. I'm going to try Dunes. It's this little mid shade here. I don't think it'll be too dark. I don't want to go too heavy because I'm also going to use the tinted brow gel on top of it. Dunes seems like a nice middle of the road color. So I'm going to try that. Can't make them any worse. Can't do any worse than I do with any other product, so it's fine. It's pretty pigmented. It's applying pretty smoothly. I think I'll notice more in the contouring and eye look, like how blendable and all that this is. But it's not doing a bad job for a brow product, gotta say. All right, I'm not going to go any heavier than that because I still got to put the tinted brow gel. Just going to spoolie out again. This video is going to be hella long. Maybe. Okay, so there's that. So since I did that, I am going to go ahead and apply the brow gel. And again, this is, I've never heard of this brand, Mellow. If it's like the stoner of brow gels, I'm cool with it. Oh, this is dark. I hope it kind of dries a little later. Oh boy. I don't know if you can tell. All shadowy, but that's a little dark for me. It's a little intense. That's a brow right there. That is a commitment that I don't know that I was ready for. Can't blame this one on the Tarte palette. We'll see how it dries and if it like loses intensity a bit. I think it may be just way, way, way too dark for me. I'm gonna use the regular spoolie again just to try to diffuse that a little bit. We'll see. My brow, I never like my brows until the rest of my makeup's on anyway, but first impression, this is way too dark for me. And we'll see how it sets the brows and stuff once it dries, but I'm already a little turned off by the shade. I mean, the texture and everything feels nice, but yeah, I think that's way too dark. I'm going to go ahead and clean up a little bit under my brows with concealer, and I'll be back to do the eye look. All right, I can't tell if I'm more Bert and Ernie's love child or Mia Thermopolis before the makeover, but it is what it is. Before I go ahead and do my eye look, I am going to do some contour with this palette. The only other thing I put on is I put on my eye primer. I just used Sephora, so while that's kind of setting, I'm going to try this sand shade. It's this long middle one. I'm going to put a little bit of that for my under eye for brightening. Maybe. Hopefully it's not too yellow tinted. We'll see. Oh, I can already tell. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Let's just... I forget how pale I am. So I'm going to go Solstice, which is the lighter shade. I don't know why I'm going for these mid-tones like I'm not Casper the freaking Ghost. Freaking Ghost, because I'm not the friendly ghost. That's... Have you seen my resting bitch face? That will never be the reputation I have. Faux show. All All right. I'm not going to use any of this to highlight because I am more of a shimmer highlight kind of person, so I'll do that later. I'm going to start as far as cheek contour with the, again, mid shade. I'm going to go desert. I can always go darker to timber if it doesn't seem like enough, but I'd rather build on it than have this kind of situation on my whole face. So here we go. Ew. Cat hair. Always advertising that crazy cat lady status. Oh, yeah, I think that's plenty dark for me. Yep. I probably should have started again with the lighter shade. Who do I think I am? Oh, I was covering my whole face with that. I'm sorry for those seconds that you missed out of this joy. My babe. Okay, this is going to be... Uh-oh. Man down. This is not easy with the microphone. Yeah, so if it comes out looking, horrible, I'm going to blame this teeny tiny little inconvenience on my face. I probably could have gotten away with the lightest shade, but I don't think the mid shade is terrible on me. Of course, I'm completely blind right now with these lights in my face, so... Oh, I made a dent. We'll see when I'm all done. All in all, I have to say it blends really nicely. Oh my god, I'm making the dumbest faces. Oh, I'm always so mortified when I watch my videos. Okay. Doesn't stop me, obviously. What the hell am I looking for? Oh. Sorry, this is really awkward to just watch. Because at this point in my life, I'm suddenly concerned with how awkward I am, right? I'm making huge strides to change it. Not really. Okay. So that's the contour. I feel like it's a little heavier on this side than this side. I don't know if I just didn't blend well over here. Whatever, it'll do for now. Let's move on to eyes. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use Sand, again, this middle shade, just as an overall transition shade, base shade. Again, there is some fallout, but when doesn't a palette have some fallout? If you're going to use this for anything on your skin, though, it definitely has a yellow tint to it. So if you're more of like an olive skin, this could be good, like under eyes or whatever, for under your eyes. But if you're as pasty as me, it's probably better as a shadow. And then let's get something in the crease here. I'm going to use Stone, which is this one. Again, with the blinding you with this. Don't quit your day job, Aaliyah. It's actually an evening job. Okay. Keep this pretty simple. Again, I'm just going to work. And between this and I am going to use that lip gloss that came in, it's going to be a pretty monochromatic look for me. I'm normally more, if I'm doing nudes on the eyes, I'm doing a real intense like red lip or something. If I'm doing a nude lip, I'm doing like pink or like some other bright orange color or something. But we'll keep it simple today. I would say keep it classy, but it doesn't matter what I put on my face because once I open my mouth, that shit's right out the window. Okay. Trying to not take forever. But they're blending. I do like these. I've got to say, I'm impressed so far. I'm going to use Smoke for the outer part of my crease. So that's this middle shade here, just to deepen and intensify the crease a little bit. So that's that. And then I'm going to use, I love a good like smoky or charcoal color. Ooh, I don't need two of me. I'm going to use this dark onyx here to do like the little V on the outer corner. I do like that these are all matte too. I mean, obviously with being more for a contour palette, that would make sense. But, you know, I can supplement in with shimmers from my other palettes. All right, that's what I got. And then I usually just take, like I'm gonna blend Smoke and Stone and put that under my line. And then I usually take whatever my darkest color I used and put it under the outer corner of the bottom lash line. Just to kind of make the look a little more fluent, I guess. There we go. Clean that up a little bit, blend that out. All right, I've gone a little dark and heavy under the under eyes, but you know what? I have big bags under my eyes, so maybe it'll just blend right in. I am going to put my highlighter that is not a part of this on my brow bone because I do like a shimmery brow bone. I'm still using my Falling Apart e.l.f. highlighter from God knows when. So I'm just gonna pop that right there and on my inner corner. Since there isn't a shimmer in this palette. All right, then off camera, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner because that's a freaking process if you've ever watched my videos. And I will say, I've been using NYX Epic Ink liner. Loved, loved, loved this liner when I first bought it. It's a lot of product. Fine point goes on very, very smoothly, right? I loved it, thought I found my new all-time favorite liner. After a week or two of using it, I hate this liner. I don't know what changed in the course of using it, but it now bleeds and feathers really, really bad. So it's hard to control. It's not a real pristine final look, but I'm a cheap ass bitch and I'm gonna use it and deal with the frustration and the feathering until it runs out. So, but I'll be back once that's on. I'm also going to pop on blush, which I've been just using LA Girl Just Playful. Not a big blush person, so always go cheap on that. Wet n Wild highlighting powder with more of a pink shimmer. And then I'm going to do my lashes with Essence / Princess Volume and False Lash Effect. I use both of those. And I will set my face, and then I'm going to come back and finish up with the Iconic London lip and my final impressions of everything. I know you're so excited. This is already like 30 minutes long, and if you're still here, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I'll be back. So this is the finished look, minus lips. So I'm going to throw on this Iconic London Plumping Gloss. It's in the color Nearly Nude. See how that is? I'm going to use that as my only lip product today. And then we will go over my final thoughts. So let's see. I suck at lips. I struggle, so don't judge me. It's not bad. It's a very peachy nude. Oh, damn it. Put one more little coat on here. It's very glossy. I'm normally more of like a liquid lip kind of person, but it's not bad. It's supposed to be plumping, so it's a little bit tingly, but not burny or anything. I don't know how much I would wear it on its own. I may use it to coat on top of, or maybe just get the center of your lips to pop on top of another product. But even as a standalone, we'll see how like long wear it is and all of that, and how sticky it feels once it sets. Because I will say it doesn't feel like a sticky gloss. I can't stand a sticky feeling gloss. So if it keeps this consistency throughout its wear and throughout the day, and I just have to pop it on a little more often than I would a liquid lipstick, I could see myself actually really liking this one. And it is a nice neutral. So, all right, all in all, we'll go through product by product. Glassy, I liked. I did like the texture it gave my skin. I do like it as like a priming product. We'll see if it gets too overwhelmingly dewy, again, glazed donut looking throughout the day. But otherwise, I could see myself incorporating this in my daily routine. Lip liner, no idea. It's lip liner. I'm not really a big lip liner person, so that's not really going to, moisten my panties too much no matter what. But I'll try it the next time I wear a red. The Iconic London, I can see this ending up in the purse and being like a regular thing that I use if it doesn't get sticky. Just as a nice neutral and quicker to throw on maybe than a liquid lip. Or if I have more of a matte look like I do today and no shimmer shadows, to kind of throw that glossy element in. So I'd say this one was a win. The face wash, I read there's no scents, no anything like that, and it does have, it's supposed to be for makeup removal. So I do think I'm going to try this and probably incorporate it in my evening skincare routine. I have a different routine during the day and a different one at night, but seeing as at night I'm washing off my makeup, right now I just use like a basic Cetaphil gentle cleanser. If this doesn't have the scents or anything harsh in it, I'm going to give this a go and see if it helps break down my makeup, because I look like a freaking sad raccoon every time I take a shower because I just have makeup everywhere. So if this helps break down my makeup, and it is a really generous sized product, I'll really like that. So I'm not mad at it. I just have to see how it actually works in real life. I'd say the biggest miss for me in this box is going to be this brow gel. It's just really dark for me, and it is dark brown. And, I answered in the profile that I have red hair. Obviously, you're probably not picturing, well, right now it's a little bit pink. It's almost dye week. But you're probably not picturing bright red or like anything like this. But still, if I was a naturally occurring redhead, why the hell would you send me dark brown? Imagine if I had the traditional red toned hair with freckles and whatnot. This was just, I think the product's okay. And now that all my makeup's finished, I don't hate it. I do like how it went on. The color was just way too dark for me. I may use this again. I still think my brows are a little bit dark, but my roots are coming through, so I can pull this off for right now, but I don't think this will be a part of my regular makeup routine by any means. But hands down the winner, and I'm so excited that I got this one over the cheek palette. This palette, I love the way the shadows blended as far as on my eyes. I don't know that I would always use it for my brows, doing the powder versus what I'm used to doing with a pencil or a gel. But in a pinch, for sure, traveling to kind of have like less products in your overnight bag or whatever. Super cool with that. So it really did like the blendability of the shadows, and probably see no reason why this is not now going to be my absolute go-to contour palette. So this was why I ordered it. I'm so glad that I got the one that I wanted, and hands down my favorite product and the huge win of all of this. And I think it's valued at like $45. So it was totally worth it. I spent 22 or 23 something after taxes on everything. It only took a week to get here. I ordered it Wednesday, like late at night last week. So all in all, I'm happy with it. Definitely some wins, some things I still need to try out. But yeah, I'm excited to see what I get in the future. And I don't think it's a bad look. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm sorry that it's so long and I take so long to do makeup and I have no idea what I'm talking about. But, just trying to give you little insights into my life, and I have no problem sharing any piece of it. Okay, so I figured I would give a quick update after wearing these products all day. I didn't bother with lights or tripod or anything because I just walked in the door from work. So yeah, like a bootleg version here. But anyway, I got a lot of compliments on my makeup today. The eyes and everything. It's been over 8 hours since I did my makeup, worked a full shift. Everything held up really, really well. I'm just now starting to get kind of like greasy in like my creases and stuff here. I haven't reapplied any powder. I haven't reapplied lip gloss or anything. I typically by this point in the night am going to be a little greasy anyway. I have to say, like, even though it looks really shiny right now, for the most part, I wore my or my skin looked really good today. It looked like, again, I got that like dewy effect without it looking greasy, shiny, whatever. It's just now hitting to that point that it naturally gets to by this point in the night anyway. Lips are a little dry by this point, but not terrible. The gloss never felt sticky, never felt weird. All in all, like, the brows grew on me a little bit. I just typically wouldn't do a color this dark. I think I really would like the formula if it was in a lighter brown shade. But yeah, everything held up like amazingly well, and I got a lot of compliments on my skin and eye look today, so lots of wins. And I think as the last thing I'm going to do, since I did decide to add a follow-up, I am going to take it all off with the new face wash and see how it does. I'm not going to use a makeup, I'm out of makeup remover wipes, to be quite honest. Those are on the list for tomorrow. So I'm not going to use any makeup wipes or any of my normal, like, break down my makeup kind of products that I would use. I think I'm just going to straight up use the face wash because it's supposed to help with makeup removal, and I want to see how good it does at getting this all off of my face. Okay, I have to say it took off a lot of my eye makeup. Skin feels really good, really soft, and I know you're not supposed to like scrub your eyeballs with it, but I did. Again, no makeup wipe removers, but much more effective at removing my makeup than my normal gentle cleanser at night. So I'm going to do the rest of my routine, and as long as this doesn't burn or interact with it in any way, I think this is definitely going to be my end of the day wash to take off my makeup. But that is it. That is now all the products, and I'm going to try to edit this tonight and get it down to under the like 40 minutes that it currently is. And I'll see you in the next video, I guess.